making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, laws of the state of New Jersey. The Borough Clerk is prepared to schedule the meetings of the governing body of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2020. The Borough Clerk has posted a true copy of this schedule on the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall and has mailed true copies of this schedule to the local source, the Star Ledger, and the Home News Tribune, and is maintaining a copy of the schedule in her office during the year 2020. In light of the public health emergency caused by coronavirus, the Mayor and Borough Council meetings, the Council will continue to meet on their regularly scheduled meeting dates. Please note that the time of the work sessions has been changed to the new commencement time of 6 p.m. The regular Council meeting will continue to commence as soon as after the work session is done. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regard to this meeting. Please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, born and unborn. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Cesari. Here. Councilman Clementi.
Here.
Councilman David.
Here.
Councilman Demondo.
Here.
Councilman Ladati.
Here.
And Councilman Lopez is excused.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and regular council meeting of October 14, 2020?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Ladati, seconded by Councilman Clementi. All in favor?
Aye.
Various advisories were received from the New Jersey State League of Municipalities.
Is there a motion to accept communications and reports?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Councilwoman Cesari, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next council meeting is Wednesday, November 4th. This is the only council meeting in November. And Veterans Day services are being held on Wednesday, November 11th at 11 a.m. at the Kenilworth VFW, 33 South 21st Street. Okay. Each fall, I'm grateful for the cooler days and the beautiful foliage, apples and pumpkins. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the residents to serve as your mayor. It is easily one of the greatest honors that I have ever had. I would also like to thank the incredible support that I received day in and day out from all the members of the Borough Council. They have taken on so many tasks and have made Kenilworth a better place to live. This is a time of great uncertainty and anxiety for all of us. We are being asked to wear masks, social distance, and to quarantine. We are facing challenges unlike any of us have ever experienced with the current rising threat of COVID-19. We are all in this together, and our top priority is the health and the safety of our residents. Our borough has 194 total cases of COVID-19, with 25 cases in the past 30 days. This is an increase from my last report just a few days ago. Almost half of our country has reported increased numbers of COVID-19 cases. The numbers are rising. This is the highest amount of confirmed cases we have reported. It's very important to get tested if you're experiencing any related symptoms, have been in contact with someone who tested positive, or were recently in a large crowd where social distancing was hard to maintain. Please wear your mask or face covering, try to avoid crowded places or indoor parties, wash your hands as frequently as possible, and follow all social distancing protocols. The virus is not going away. We need to be proactive in following all the rules and regulations in place to combat this. Let's all work together to help stop the spread of COVID-19. Your Borough Council and I wish everyone a safe and fun Halloween. Children are welcome to trick-or-treat in the borough. If you wish to have children visit your home, please leave your porch light on or put a sign on your door welcoming them. If you do not wish to have visitors, please leave your porch light off and perhaps put a sign on your door as well, letting them know you do not wish trick-or-treaters to come to your home. And for the trick-or-treaters, please wear a mask that covers your mouth and your nose, not a costume mask. Limit your group to your current household members. Maintain social distance from others. Limit the number of homes on your route. Only accept candy that is factory sealed and wiped down candy before eating it. And wash your hands frequently and use hand sanitizer. In the coming weeks, the streetscape, which was started last year on the library block along the boulevard, will continue as we modernize and revitalize our town center. I always say that our community celebrates together, grieves together, and pulls together in tough times to support each other. This is a blessing that none of us should take for granted. Our community continues to grow. Each and every one of us is a unique piece in our puzzle. We will continue to support each other no matter what our differences may be. We are all part of this amazing community. We won't be meeting again until after the election. Just like the census, I urge all our residents to please come out and vote. Your vote is your voice. Also, I know campaigns can be a time for tough talk. One point requires a response from me. They say no good deed goes unpunished. The attack on our borough clerk, who assumed the extra duties of administrator, saving the borough a large amount of money, was unnecessary. Her efforts continue to serve the borough well, and she deserves better than that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, finance report. Councilman Lopez is not here this evening, is excused. I believe Councilman Clementi will read his report.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay, from the Finance Chairman, Councilman Lopez's report for October 28th, 2020. Fourth quarter property tax bills are due November 1st, with a grace period extended to November 10th. If you have not received your tax bill, please contact the Tax and Finance Office at 908-276-5800. Taxpayers can use our drop box located in the tax office door, accessible through the 23rd Street Police Door, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can also pay by e-check and receive a $1.05 service charge credit against your next quarter taxes. Tax payments can also be paid by credit card, but services fees of $1.05 will apply. Please be advised that the filing deadline for 2019 senior freeze or the property tax reimbursement applications has been extended to December 31st, 2020. The original deadline was November 2nd, 2020. If you have any questions, please call the Property Tax Reimbursement Hotline at 1-800-882-6597. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Clementi. Department of Public Works, Councilman David.
Thank you, Mayor. DPW staff continued curbside recycling collection. Over the last 4 weeks, we have collected 73.07 tons. They're switching our 2 30-yard recycling containers 3 times a month for an average of 9 tons. Leaf collection will begin on November 2nd. Leaves may be raked into the street, placed in 32-gallon receptacle, or placed in brown paper lawn and leaf bags. Our last pass for leaves raked into the street will be the week of December 21st. The Railway Department of Public Works completed the collection of bulky waste last week, and they'll supply total tonnage and cost when they receive that information. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman David. Department of Public Safety, Councilman Clementi.
Thank you, Mayor. I have received the police report, monthly report for September, and I have reviewed that. Everything is in order. The chief wanted me to mention that on Sunday, October 25th, at approximately 1:30 a.m., the Kenilworth Fire Department, along with police officers from the Kenilworth Police Department, responded to a structure fire at Blue Blade Steel Corporation at 123 North 8th Street. The fire was a 4-alarm blaze, and companies from Elizabeth, Cranford, Union, Springfield, and Hillside assisted. There were no reported injuries. However, there was significant damage to the buildings. The Union County Arson Task Force and Union County Sheriff's ID Unit were called out, and investigators have not determined the cause of loss at this time. Thankfully, no one was injured in the fire. The chief also wanted me to tell you that porch package thefts are occurring throughout Union County and now in Kenilworth. Due to the holiday season fast approaching, package thefts from front porches are on the rise. Please be vigilant and keeping an eye out for yours and your neighbors' packages that are dropped off and left out on the front porches, especially when no one is home. The thefts occur both day and night, so they don't care what, bright daylight, they'll be out there. Please report anyone picking up packages or removing them from homes and businesses to the Kenilworth Police Department. Also, please be cautious regarding telephone scams directed at senior citizens in town requesting large sums of cash. Chief Zimmerman is asking everyone to please reach out to older loved ones and inform them and to be aware of transferring money to anyone. Sometimes they get threats that there's arrest warrants and money owed to the IRS. All that is a scam. You'll never hear from the IRS or anybody on the phone. It's always done through mail. So please let everybody be aware of it. And if you see anything or have any questions, call the police department to investigate, and they will assist you. And lastly, the David Brewer Middle High School in Kenilworth will be fully remote starting tomorrow, October 29th to Wednesday, November the 4th. Schools are closed November 5th and 6th. In-person instruction will resume on Monday, November the 9th. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Clementi. Planning and Zoning, Councilman Demondo.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no new report from the building department or planning board for this session. Thanks.
Thank you. Recreation and Fire, Councilwoman Cesari.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a reminder for recreation, this week Saturday will be Halloween, our trunk or treat. It will be held at the Harding School parking lot from 9 to 11 a.m. This week, we had a witch hunt, which people had to sign up for. We had about 60-plus families that participated, and it really went well. Despite the COVID, there were no hands-on. Everything was just done the right way. We also have coming in a kids' rec grant of $75,000. And the rec building is underway, getting its makeover, which it so needed. That's all I have for rec. For fire, as Councilman Clementi had said, we had a 4-alarm fire on North 8th Street on October 25th. It was a 4-alarm plus. Blue Blade Steel went up. About 50 employees lost their job because the building's a total loss. It is not suspicious, but still undetermined and remains under investigation. Also, just to mention and a shout out to our fire department. I don't know if anybody heard about the fire in Elizabeth, on Elizabeth Avenue about 2 weeks ago. We had responded as mutual aid for there too. So hats off to our guys. They did a wonderful job. However, 3 people did lose their lives, and that was a big fire. And that is all I have for fire and rec. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cesari. Health, Education, and Human Services, Councilman Ladati.
Thank you, Mayor. The Kenilworth school system, again, as Councilman Clementi said, won't start in-class learning, in-person learning until November 9th. If you go to the Kenilworth website for the schools, you'll get an explanation from the principal and the superintendent about what went on. So you can get your info there. But one of the main points they were trying to stress is it's not happening while students are in school. It's happening when they're outside of school, and parties and gatherings or just hanging on the corner. Sometimes you go in front of the bakery here on the boulevard and there's 15 kids sitting on the bench without masks. That could be controlled, and I think the parents could help at that end. Next area is the health department. On November 1st between 11 and 1 p.m., we're going to have our rabies clinic. Large dogs, small dogs must be on a leash. Large dogs that might be vicious need to be muscled. That'll help us. And cats must be confined to a cage or some container to get that done. Again, that's Sunday, St. Teresa's parking lot between 11 and 1 p.m. Also with the health department, there's ordinance being reviewed of tattoo parloring, or a tattoo institution, I'll call it. We want to make sure that we have the ordinance correct. The wording for old ordinances are old, and some new theories about people need to be represented in the new ordinances. We already have cosmetic tattooing, which is a success right now, so that's pretty good. Also, to answer the council's question, starting on the 4th, I will bring the full list, detailed data on what licenses are being renewed for restaurants, what people are being fined for not obeying laws of the health department, and you should get a full explanation of what's going on. I know there was a question, maybe it's my fault that I don't bring all that data into our council meeting. Also, the library, we just heard from our engineer about the roof of the library, which needs to be repaired. It may not make the whole winter, so I'll have to discuss with the director of them supplying full funding for the roof project. And I'll also add in, if they want to do some grants, which we have to apply for again, the second level, is for maybe some solar power to the building. I talked to Vince Ganella from the Board of Education, and he has some contacts that would be very helpful for us to have that done. The school's saving $40,000 a year by using solar power, so that's good. Senior citizens, we have grab-and-go lunches. It started this week, and it's been a success. We also started transportation. 3 people per bus, you have to include a driver, so that's 4. I did that before, everybody just said 3, oh no, but it's 4. The bus will be sanitized every day, before, after. I know DPW has the tent, we have the tools now. We spend money on tools to make sure that all our passengers are safe. And they'll only be to one destination, and that would be to either the Acme, or I don't know if they go to Walmart, but wherever the driver, Don, who makes all the arrangements, says they're going for that day, he'll keep that in track and follow everything. So right now, I'd like to just bring one more issue up, and that's what I brought up in workshop, and that's for a job preparation committee or study to find out what can we do to help the unemployed people in Kenilworth get jobs. Getting the Rotary Club, as Councilman Clementi mentioned, getting the other factories, getting teachers, getting the school involved, getting the council involved, getting as many people as we could involved to get a job program going. They did it 10, 12 years ago when the economy was really disastrous, and it worked. And I think we could do the same thing as a small town here and have that working. And thank you, Mayor, and have a good night.
Thank you, Councilman Ladati. Next for council consideration is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Councilman Clementi, seconded by Councilman Ladati. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolutions 1 through 14 are listed on the consent agenda and will be enacted by one motion. All items will be recorded individually in full in the minutes. Councilwoman Cesari.
Yes.
Councilman Clementi.
Yes.
Councilman David.
Yes.
Councilman Demundo.
Yes.
Councilman Ladati.
Yes.
And Councilman Lopez is excused. That's all I have this evening.
Thank you. It is my honor to swear in our new DPW foreman, Mr. Kokat.
his wife.
I, David Kokai,
I, David Kokai,
do solemnly swear
do
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and bear true faith and allegiance
and bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
and the governments established
in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people. I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform the duties of Department of Public Works foreman
perform the Department of Public Works foreman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to say a few words, David. Introduce yourself to everybody. How about anyone? Yeah.
You can leave it right there. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Welcome to Kenilworth.
Thank you.
He's been to Kenilworth.
I know, that's why I said DPW. I fixed it. DPW, welcome to the DPW.
Welcome to reality.
Okay, is there a motion to open the floor to the public?
Motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Cesari, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor?
Aye.
If anyone has anything for the good and well-being of Kenilworth, please step forward and state your name and address. Okay, seeing no one, is there a motion to close the floor to the public?
Second.
Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilwoman Cesari. All in favor? Okay, does anyone else have anything to say for the good and welfare of the borough?
Just to touch base, the senior transportation, I know it's 3 passengers, and that's 3 times a week?
We're not sure yet. I'm going to be meeting with the lead driver again, and it depends on the interest. He does feel that initially there will be a lot of interest, but once they start filling up their refrigerators and their freezers, that there may be less trips. But initially, we're expecting quite a bit. I do know he started contacting the usual riders, and they have kind of put the word out. I will be meeting with Don again, I believe tomorrow, so I'll have a better handle on, how many times we're looking at going out. But it will be 1 trip a day, the same passengers, they will be expected to sit at the same seats. Their temperatures will be taken before they get on the bus. And it's just from the pickup to the destination and then back again. There won't be any side trips like there was pre-COVID.
And that vehicle gets defund?
Yes, we have an electrostatic sprayer now, a fogger. What makes this better than the regular foggers is the electrostatic makes it, when you pass over it with the fog, it wraps itself around the underside and the sides of whatever it touches, as opposed to just on the top, the surface. So we will do that once all the passengers disembark, once they get to their destination. Then they'll get back on. The bus will be returned to the DPW yard where it will again go through sanitizing. The solution that we're using is a food safe and medical grade, and the SDS sheets for that have been provided to the DPW as well as to anybody that is handling these.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the effort in obtaining those, the equipment needed for that, and the DPW for taking care of that.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, does anyone else have anything?
how do I get one of those low-income apartments?
There aren't any, you don't have to wait for a long time. If there's nothing else to be brought before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, good night, everyone.